Hello. Welcome back to episode 2 of season 3. This is exciting.
Yeah.
First of all, we have a new sign.
Oh, yeah.
So for those of you who are watching, we got a new LED sign of our custom logo.
Mm-hmm.
That's so exciting. Instead of like the generic light bulb that was up there.
Yeah. No, it's matches and fits and is good.
It's beautiful. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. What's your dumb idea?
Okay, my dumb idea. This is a good one. Okay? So, like, last night I was thinking, I was like, I don't really know that I have a good one this week. That's so sad. But no, I do. Okay? So, I have this. So, sometimes I'll wake up and my eyes are super itchy and horrible. And this didn't used to happen. I didn't used to just wake up and for no reason have an allergic reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what could be happening? So I got a new filter for my air purifier. I started washing my face more before bed. But it got worse after doing that. Because my moisturizer that I use is goat's milk moisturizer. Goat's milk oisturizer. And I am allergic to animals.
Every single animal in the world.
And there was a disconnect there for me. Goat's are still animals. And
Mm-hmm.
milk is still part of an animal.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it. I think that's the culprit, is my moisturizer, my lotion.
Wow.
I mean, the lotion did a great job of moisturizing my face. It didn't irritate me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Until it did. It irritated my eyeball, but not like my skin or anything.
Mm.
However, the goat's milk like soap that I have is still good. I think it's because it's like soap, like it's washing it away at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But like the moisturizer, yeah. So I'm gonna have to go to like cocoa butter or something,
Mm.
because that's not.
That sounds like a smart idea.
Well, the dumb idea is I should have known from the beginning that I'm allergic to animals, which I already knew that.
Caught that.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. I don't know. Like,
It's not really like a thing. It's like someone who's like allergic to like dogs and cats to be like, oh, goat's milk moisturizer is a no-go.
well, I mean, I already knew that I was allergic
That's
to
like-
more than just dogs and cats.
Well, yes, everyone knows that, but it's
Right,
not like
right.
usually when people are allergic to animals, it's like, oh, you're allergic to pets, as in
Right.
dogs and cats.
Not all of them. And that really sucks, because I really love animals.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. So, yeah, I mean, because the reason I got that moisturizer was because my eyes get so irritated from my allergies,
And it just made them irritated.
and it made
from
it worse, yeah. So, I'm going to have to find a new moisturizer
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
All right, my dumb idea happened like I don't really remember what specific day last week, but I was playing Fortnite with my friend, and my headset has been like trash for, well, not trash, it's a really nice headset, I will say, but it's been having problems for a long time. Like, sometimes when I get on there, and like we get into like a chat party, I won't be able to hear them, or they won't be able to hear me, or like something, and like it's because of the headset just doesn't like to work.
Right.
And this last time, I was FaceTiming my friend, and like the headset like Bluetooths to my phone, but the sound was coming through my phone, so I was like, the Bluetooth must be off or something.
Mm-hmm.
But like the headset just like stopped working, like none of the buttons, and we were trying to get on the party chat on the Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
but none of the buttons were working. Like, I was trying to turn the volume up and down, that wasn't working, and it was just blinking because the last thing that was it was trying to do was sync to the Xbox
Okay.
for some reason.
Okay.
But the headset also wasn't on the Xbox as like a thing. Like it didn't show that it was connected or on. But like it was just blinking, acting like it was syncing, and that's all it was doing.
Okay.
And so we were like, okay, I guess we'll just stay FaceTiming while we play Fortnite.
Mhm.
So we were playing Fortnite, and I was like, because that has happened before, and like after I waited a while, the buttons would start working again. But we played for like an hour or longer, and every time I looked over, it was still like blinking, and like none of the buttons work, and like nothing's going on. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy a new headset. And so I got on Amazon because like maybe one could just like come the next morning. But then she was like, well, you could just like get on like Walmart or Target and maybe they could deliver it like today. And I was like, oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
And it could be cheaper too.
Yeah.
So I got on Target and I searched up Turtle Beach's like usually the best headset to go with for Xbox at least.
Okay.
Because it's like that's what I have right now. It's like cushy, it's like comfy, it's like noise canceling, and it's just like probably the best headset you could get.
Okay.
In my opinion. So I searched up those, and there were some nice looking ones on there, and I was like, these are like not ugly like the ones I have, and because the ones I have is like classic like black and green Xbox colors, and that's not like ugly, but it's ugly.
Yeah, it's not cute.
But the ones I saw were just like fully black. There was also one that was like kind of had like this bronze color and then like a navy blue together.
Fun.
But I didn't get those because those were more expensive.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, I'm just gonna get this cheap black pair that looks nice, and it'll get here within an hour or two. So I ordered it, placed it, and it was literally like $130.
Whoa!
And so I was sitting there, and then she was like, she had to leave the FaceTime because like I think someone was calling her, so she had to answer it. So she left the FaceTime, and the second she left the FaceTime, my like original headset made a noise like doo-doo-doo. And I was like, what? And then the flashing stopped, and then I picked it up, and everything was working again.
Oh, okay.
And then so I got on there, and I invited my friend to the party, and then I was like, all right. And then this was like all within like 5 minutes, by the way. And then I picked up my phone and canceled the Target order immediately. And then the second like she got on it, she was like, hello? And then I was like, it's working. I just canceled my order. So the dumb idea was making such a spontaneous
and
impulsive, expensive buy.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
But the other part of it is that I still haven't gotten that money back. And it's been like a week.
Yeah, you should call them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that. Also, just now I realized whenever I poured my milk in here, we didn't rinse it out from the last time.
It's just water.
I had milk.
Oh, ew.
Last time.
What?
But I finished it. So, like, it's not, like, really that gross. It's just, I can, like, smell it a little.
Ew. Dumb idea.
Yeah. I poured my new milk into my old milk cup.
But within my, like, online bank thing, it's, like, still in, like, the section where it's, like, processing kind of thing.
Okay.
It's still in there. So I'm just waiting till it's out of that to see if it gives it back to me or not. But
it should. I mean, maybe that's why it's still processing, is because you canceled it immediately, and so it's like, wait, what?
But shouldn't it be like, oh, it didn't even happen? Kind of thing?
No, because it still went through the system.
Why does it go through the system so quickly, but it can't come back as quick?
That's a mystery to everyone.
It's like,
literally
I can take your money with like the drop of a hat, but giving it back, that's another story.
Yeah, because like they don't want to.
Exactly.
So they want to keep it for as long as they can.
And use it and then somehow get the money back.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's horrible.
Don't even want to get into it because it'll make me cry. But anyways, yeah, that was my dumb idea.
That was a good one. Well,
But I don't know what is wrong with my headset. Like, why did it being attached to my phone, which it wasn't even connecting to, and it wasn't even connecting to that, but whenever the FaceTime ended, that's what made it start working again.
that's weird, yeah.
But it's a difficult thing to make headsets work.
Yeah, Bluetooth is beyond me.
Yeah.
I don't know how Bluetooth works. Whenever I'm mad at it, I just turn Bluetooth off on both devices and then turn it back on and then hope that works. Because it really... I hate whenever you're trying to connect to something that doesn't have a screen. And so it's like, you don't know if it worked or what.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Last night, I went to my first concert ever for Ice Nine Kills, which is a metal band. And I didn't know about them before going because I was just invited. And it was really fun. It was like, they have like this like horror movie theme.
Interesting.
So at least for, I think for all of their albums, but like for the specific one that they were playing, which was the Silver Scream. And it was really cool because they would, so before every song, there would be like a video that would play on stage. And it would be like, kind of like your channel surfing, kind of. But it would be like videos that would hint which movie it was referencing.
That's cool.
So like for like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, there was like an ad for being in Texas, and then there was like a commercial for chainsaws, like 2 of them, and then like that. So it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Which was really awesome. And then it would like go black, and then like the music would start and be like,
Wow.
It was really cool. And they would like they had 2 actors that would like, or 3 that would like come on stage sometimes like as the characters, and they would like do like a little snippet or something, or like they would do like a kind of act like animatronics. Like for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they kind of came on and was like that, like with the chainsaws. And then they would like do some choreography with each other and then like leave. Like it wasn't like they weren't there for the whole song. They were just there for parts. There were 2 though that stuck out to me. Also, first of all, they did Saw. And I was like, yay, Saw, I love that movie. Those movies. And then the pig mask came on stage. And I was like, okay, that's horrible. There was 2 of them.
Wow.
2 pig masks. And I was like, great. It wasn't like that bad, but still. It's funny. And then there was, there was like this girl, she came on like dressed in as Georgie, and she had balloons in her hand. And then I think this is part of the song because they actually had lines, and none of the other actors like talked at all. And so the lead singer was Pennywise, and they were like talking a little bit, but like while he was singing kind of. And then like when Pennywise got Georgie, there was like smoke and stuff everywhere, and so like the balloons went up and she went down, like she like went like into the stage, and it was like really cool, like disperse moment, like it was like, where'd she go, kind of thing. That was really cool. But like, so I had no idea what to expect going in to this concert because I'd never been to one before, and so I didn't know how many openers there usually are.
Oh.
And I didn't know what the band looked like. So every single time someone would come on, I'd be like, this is them.
Oh, wow.
But it wasn't. But like, it was obvious when it was them because like it was like a big deal and like, but I didn't know that it was going to be. And so I was just having fun the whole time, which a lot of people were, but like, it was no different to me. I mean, like the presentation, like the stage presence was different because I mean, it was like, we're here for them, kind of thing. But they were really fun, and I got a drumstick. They like, because at the end of each like set that different bands played, they would throw out their drumsticks and picks and
You were
stuff.
that close?
It was not a very big place, but yes, I was like on
Oh.
the floor, like I was like in the pit.
Oh, wow.
I crowd surfed.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I was talking.
Where did you go? Did you get back home?
They crowd surfed me home.
Like, did you get back to where you were
Yeah.
supposed to be?
I got back to them, yeah, because we're like all standing like on the ground, right? Like
Yeah.
there's no chair. I mean, there was chairs behind us that some people were sitting in, but like I don't know why they were because it's boring.
So 1 million people touched your butt.
Yeah. So I was like talking.
Did you ever
to-
feel like you were gonna fall?
No, actually, they were like really good at holding you up. There was so many people crowd surfing, like not all at
You're just like,
once.
hey.
Not all at once. Like it was like 3
How do you
people at a
even
time.
start that?
So that's what I was nervous about because I was like, because the person I went with, she was like, "Do you want to crowd surf?" And I was like, "No," but like, yes, I did, but I was nervous about starting it. I was nervous about when I get up there, what do I do, and when do they put me down, and how do I get back?
Exactly.
And I was so like being self-conscious about it, but then I was like no, and she was like yes, and I was like no, and she was like yes, and I was like I really don't want to, and then the guy next to me picked me up, and he was like nice about it. He was like watching us the whole time, like smiling because we were like all in the mood, and I was like, but I wasn't like no, I was like smiling saying no because I was like no, that's like a little scary, but then he picked me up and then I was in the air crowd surfing. And then she was like, bye.
Oh my gosh.
It was really cool, I will say. Once I got up there, I was like, I can't just be up here being awkward. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to be like super into it because why not? So I was super into it. And once I got there, I was like in front of like they put me down in front of the like gate that you're not supposed to cross. But that's where everybody was getting put down. And then all the security people were like, this way. And then they opened the gate. And I was like, went right back in. So like the ending was kind of awkward because I was like, okay, now I'll get right back in. And then I found them pretty easy again. Like my spot.
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, I was like, yeah. So everyone there is so nice. And it's so funny because they're all dressed in like black and like
Yeah.
scary makeup. Like some of them like had like gore, like special effects makeup on.
Mm.
And like they were all, everybody's so nice, but also everyone's pushing each other. But that's like part of it, I guess. To like push and shove your way, but it's like polite pushing and shoving.
Right.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain actually. But you just kind of have to be like, excuse me, but like you're moving and everyone's like, yeah, moving away and like pushing you and stuff. But like when you're like in the pit. So, okay. I thought that everyone that was standing was the pit. That's not true. I learned. So when you're just standing there and then the pit just forms. There's not like a spot where it is. It just forms. So like sometimes the singer on stage will say, open up the pit. And then and then everyone who's standing there just kind of like moves around to have like an open space where people run and push each other.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, what part?
The whole thing. Open up the pit, and then now there's a gap, and then people just go in there and push each other?
Yeah, that's it. So like so everyone's standing there. There's a crowd of people.
What, like they just like randomly, like it's like a dance floor where they round up and then just two people go in to start pushing each
not
other?
two people, it's like a lot of people go in there and push each other.
Like actually just push?
Yeah, like I'm not even kidding. They'll go in there and they'll like run around and run into each other like bumper cars and pushing each other. And the
Okay.
people on the edge of the pit, like you also like push
I think
them.
that is probably just like a metal thing, not
at every concert
thing.
But I'm just telling you at this, yeah. Anyway,
Because there's no way at Taylor Swift Eras Tour she was like, open up the pit! And then all the Swifties were like, yeah! And started pushing each other to the ground.
no, not to the ground, just like over. Because if someone falls,
Pushing each other over?
like you're pushing each other into other people. if anyone falls to the ground, everyone helps them up because they don't want anyone to actually get hurt.
Okay, I'm so sorry for any metalheads out there, but what the fuck is that? What
It was actually
does
fun.
that? You went there
I went in there, yeah.
and you pushed people?
Yeah, and
And
they
you-
push you.
That sounds like the most stupid. I'm so sorry, but this sounds like the most stupid, random, embarrassing thing I've ever heard.
No, I agree. It is so silly, but I
Because
mean,
who
it's fun.
came up with, okay, the crowd that's standing, make a little circle and start pushing each other?
It's just kind of like instinct, like when the song gets like big, like when there's like an
And how does
instrumental
everyone
part.
just know what that means? They're like, oh yeah, it's time to start pushing each other in this little circle we made. Like, what the fuck?
You like run into each other and you're like, oh yeah! It actually is fun, I will say. I know what you mean.
That is... I shall never go. I'm so
No,
glad I didn't go.
I know. When I was there, I was like, wow, Aaron is probably so glad he didn't go.
Yeah.
I was like, he would not like this. But I had so much fun.
I'm glad. I knew you were going to have fun, but
There was also a death wall, which I did not participate in.
what's that?
That's when the crowd divides
Mhm.
and runs at full speed into each other. I did not participate in
What's the point?
that. I don't know. But nobody like
Are you sure some of that special effects makeup was real? Wasn't like legit?
yeah,
That sounds
it does sound crazy.
so dumb.
Oh yeah, no, I did not participate in the death wall. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
No, everything that you have said.
But the running, but the pushing. Oh yeah, and then there's also like I don't know what it's called, but like it's also takes place in the circle, and like you run in the circle, and like in a circle, like conga line kind of, but you're just running like really fast. But if somebody falls, everybody stops to help you up because nobody wants anyone to get hurt or trampled on.
At least everyone's nice about it, but that just sounds so weird.
It's just kind of like
That's
it's just kind of
so-
a place where you can kind of just like do, you can like be silly and crazy, and you don't have to worry about people judging you because everyone else there is being silly and crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's good. But it's just,
Yeah,
I don't know. The pit part really threw me off. That
I thought it
can't
was
get-
fun.
I can't get past how weird that is.
I thought it was fun. Yes, it is so weird. Like I totally agree. Like in concept, like in theory, like yeah, that's so weird. But like when you're there, it makes sense.
I'm sure.
It does. Yeah.
Well,
But you're so close to each other that like when the pit's not happening or when the pit is happening, because then you have to get even closer to each other because to make room for openness. Like it's hard to like feel like you can like really get into the song because you don't want to step on other people.
so people are pushing each other during the song.
Yes, it's part of it. The singer will say, "Okay, open up the pit," but like awesomer than that. And then everyone will go like, "Yeah!" And then they open the pit and then start going in there. And then it's like part of the song. It's like I think it typically happens when there's like an instrumental part. And so like there's nothing really
To
to do,
watch
like you
and
can't
listen
sing.
to.
I mean, like yeah, they're like doing stuff on stage, but like yeah, it's not like the singing part. So they're like, yeah,
that sounds like such a alpha male thing to do. Like they just needed something to do during this one part, so let's just push each other.
let's just push each other. Yeah. When I was in there, I was like scared, but I was like doing it. I was like, I'm gonna fall and die, but I didn't. I didn't even fall.
How does everyone know when someone falls?
You can see them.
I thought you said there were multiple people in the pit.
Yeah. But like it's at least the one where we were, there was like it wasn't super big, and the people I was with said that like it was kind of disappointing how small the pit was. Like people weren't getting into it as much as typical.
Mm.
So there was like you could definitely like it was maybe like 6 feet.
Did you fall?
No, I didn't fall.
Oh.
A few people did though, but like it's like someone falls and then everyone just kind of grabs them, picks them up, and then they just keep going. Or that person gets out because they're like embarrassed or
Oh.
done. But like, yeah.
So how does the pit stop?
When they start singing again, because then everyone goes like, yeah, and then like pays attention to the song again.
Me imagining this is probably not what it's like, but
It's
I
not
literally
as
bet
bad
it
as it
is.
sounds. Like when you're there, it makes sense, and like you can feel it, and it makes sense. It really does. Especially when like the song is someone screaming.
Well, yeah.
Like, but also it was fun because like at one point he told everyone to get down, and so we were all like on the ground. And then, but that was kind of scary because he was like, when the beat drops, I want everyone to jump up. And I was scared that I was going to like hit somebody or someone was going to hit me because we're all like so close together. But I didn't get hurt a single bit, actually. I came out unscathed.
Wow.
Which is surprising. It's not that surprising. Like the people that were around me were like really nice. And it's like, you bump into them and they're like, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry. And they're like, it's fine. And then they keep yelling. I think the only thing that would have made it more fun for me is if I knew the words to the songs.
Yeah.
Because then I could have sang along with the other people that were singing with me.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I mean, it was great.
Sounds like a crazy time.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't get home till 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. So, yeah. I'm tired right now.
I bet.
My legs, though, are surprisingly not as sore as I thought they were going to be. From jumping around.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I expected concerts to be like. But apparently, I mean, there's obviously more intense ones.
Mm-hmm.
Which would scare me.
Yeah, I've never been to a concert, but I've always wanted to go. But I would really only go to one that I, like, know. Like, I'm literally, like, devastated and will always, like, regret not going to the Eras tour. Because, like, that is, like, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I missed it.
Yeah.
And it just, like, really eats me alive.
Yeah, concerts are hard. Like, big ones like that. Especially the Eras tour. Like, tickets are hard to get. Especially since people have ruined it now and just buy... Well, ruined it for forever. But, like, just buy 1 million tickets and then resell them.
So stupid. But I'm sure I would have went if I didn't, like, just become, like, a Swiftie. Because, like, I had, like, recently just got into Taylor Swift, and then she, like, announced it.
Yeah.
And, like, everything was, like, so expensive, and I was like, oh, well, I've never been to a concert, like, I'm probably not gonna go, because, like, it's not even, like, that crazy. And then, like, in the middle of the Eras tour, I was like, well, now I want to go, but now all the tickets are, like, $5,000.
Yeah. Yeah, because everyone wants to go.
And I was like, so... And I have no one to go with, because no one else is going to want to spend $5,000 to go see Taylor Swift with me.
Yeah. I hate buying tickets. I hate the whole process of buying tickets. 1, you have to be fast enough.
Yeah.
2, you have to pick the seat that you want most of the time. And if you're like going with other people, then you usually like talk with them about which seats, so then it like adds extra stress over which one.
Wait time. And
Yes. And you have to and then buying them, and then there's for some reason you like 1 million extra fees after the initial ticket price. I don't like it.
sounds That's
And I've
horrible.
never bought tickets for a concert before. Like the craziest thing I bought tickets for is like a college musical.
Yeah, literally.
Like, and even that was stressful,
Hmm.
buying tickets. So that's why I'm super stressed about the guy who didn't like musicals tickets, because I'm like so nervous that I'm not gonna like get them.
Do
But
it right.
I will, because I paid for her pre-sale.
Mm-hmm.
So I will. I'm just like nervous about choosing a date and choosing a seat.
Yeah. So Team Star Kid, if you guys don't know them, they're like a theater company who does like a bunch of like comedy musicals basically. And there's this one show called The Man or the Guy?
The guy.
The guy who doesn't like musicals. And it like opened a long time ago and has been done for a while, but they're doing it, and they're performing it this summer in LA, and we're gonna go see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there's no ticket sales yet. So what I was gonna ask was, when are the tickets up?
Okay, so they said, so the Kickstarter has to be done first.
Mm-hmm.
And that's done May 24th. And then they said that they're going to get it up as soon as humanly possible after that.
We're going all the way across the country just to see one show.
It's going to be worth it. I'm excited to see them. Like,
Mhm.
the actors. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to get merch there.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's going to be so cool. I hope that this sparks, like, a trend of them redoing a lot of their shows.
Yeah.
But also, no, I don't. Because I don't, I'm not rich
Right.
enough to go see them. But yeah, if they did Black Friday and Nerdy Prudes, I would be
Yeah.
there. Like, without a single doubt.
Well, changing the subject, something I've like always wanted to like hobby-wise get into
Mm-hmm.
is like gardening.
Me too. Like, it just seems so, like, fulfilling
Yeah.
and cute.
Yeah. Cuz like
It's-
imagine like just going outside like in your own backyard and you just have like fresh fruit and you just like pick it and like they're just like you basically just like grow your own grocery store in your backyard.
I've always wanted to do that.
Like that is
always.
literally like perfect. Like a dream.
Gardening is so cute and fun in theory, but at least for me, every single time I've tried, I just like I can't keep up with it. So it's like once I start, I'm like having fun at the beginning, and then but like once I get to like the third hole that I'm digging, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done digging holes, because digging holes is kind of hard.
Yeah.
And then it's like that's why it has to be like a hobby, like
Mhm.
so that you can want to and have time to like go out and take care of it, water it, prune them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not something I really have time for.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually like gardened. I've helped I guess I don't know what is considered like what's under the umbrella of gardening.
Doing stuff in the dirt.
That wow. If that's considered gardening, then
Well, why?
because like I've helped my grandma like plant some flowers and like pull weeds and like
I think that's gardening.
do stuff like that.
Because I've done that, yeah, at my grandma's house as well. And I think that's my biggest problem is my plants are at her house and not my house. So I can't really tend to them every day
Mm-hmm.
or whatever.
And a lot of times that I go over to my grandma's and help her do stuff around the yard, I try to like get knowledge of
Mm.
like plants and nature and stuff, like get it from her
Mhm.
so that I can like withhold it, and then I can just. I want to be one of those people that walks outside and just knows what kind of tree I'm looking at,
Yeah.
and like I
wanna
want to
be
go out there and just be like, oh, that's a blah 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 blah, blah. And it's like 5,000 years old or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't really just like tell like that all the time, but like
Right.
I want that. And like every time, last time I went to help her, she was like, we were walking around the yard and she was telling me what each tree in her yard was, and she knew what each tree was, and I was like, that is crazy. And like by the end of the day, she was like quizzing me, and I like knew what the trees were just by the leaves, because that's how you tell.
Yeah.
And well, sometimes by the bark, but mainly by the leaves is how you tell what the tree is.
Right.
But the second I left that driveway, I never remembered.
I know a few things like oak. I mean, that's like kind of really obvious. Like, because I think I don't know about obvious, that's the right word to say, but like the leaves are pretty uniquely shaped for oak trees.
Because like I couldn't even tell you what trees in my backyard right now.
Yeah, same.
Like I
don't
could
know.
figure it out easily by asking, but like I couldn't just tell you by like looking at it or remembering.
Yeah. What is that called? Like botany? Like knowing stuff with like plants and like
Oh. I don't really know what it is.
using like their herbs and spices for like remedies and stuff. I
Maybe.
think that's what that is called. But yeah, I also want to be able to know like what plants can do,
Mm-hmm.
like nutritional wise and stuff. Like this plant is really good at like keeping bugs away. So like put that in your garden.
Yeah, because
And you'll
then
have no
imagine
bugs.
like, because then you'd be freaking set if you ever just like want to go camping.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you can just like go out there, and like if something's going wrong, you're just like, well, let's go find this plant, and then like it'll cure our worries away.
Yeah, like
And then you're like, here we can use this plant, and like we can drape it over our.
that would make me feel so awesome. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this bug bite hurts. Okay, well
And
this
then you
plant,
just-
you rub
yeah.
it on there and you're fine. And then it like works, and then it's like,
Because then you're just like, what the frick?
because then you're just like a witch,
Yeah.
and like that literally sounds so cool. I feel like my mom said that she got a book recently that like had information like that, and like where they grow naturally, like natively and stuff. But I'd never seen it before, so I don't know if that's like real or if she was saying that she saw it somewhere or what.
Yeah. All of my like nature and plant knowledge comes from my grandparents. Like I can tell I'm better at knowing the names of birds than I am like trees and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I might not know every single bird that flies around these parts, but I know most of them.
We should like go bird watching
Yeah.
and tree identifying.
Yeah. Like nature just like is so beautiful, and I want to know more about it, but it's just like I want it, but it's like my brain doesn't want it bad enough to withhold the information.
Mm-hmm. It's like, it's so cool. I love nature so much.
It's like subconsciously my brain's like intimidated by, oh, we have to learn about all nature,
Mm-hmm.
that it won't even like remember one tree name.
I know that there's like a few plants that like foods that you can plant together that will help them grow better, and there's some that like if you plant them together they'll kill each other, and like there's so many rules to gardening. It's like this seed has to be planted this many inches down in this kind of soil.
Yeah.
So then you have to choose plants that need similar soil, and like even like how far away from the edge of your gardening thing and how far away from other plants they have to be. Like they like it really gets into it.
Yeah. This summer I really want to like garden like one fruit.
Strawberries. You should do
Yeah,
strawberries.
I don't really care what it is. I just want it to be like an edible substance, so it's like a little more fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so that like, and I just want to do one thing. Like I don't really want, because like I feel like starting with like a bunch of stuff for gardening is like, that's where it's like too much and you're just like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you just like have one thing and you just like focus on that one plant,
Mm-hmm.
I think it could work.
Yeah, I agree. But also another thing is like time of year when you plant it is also important.
Yeah.
So it's like that's another thing that you have to learn. And just like knowing this stuff just like right off the bat is like that's just awesome.
Yeah. Strawberries are a summer fruit, aren't they?
Yeah, but you have to plant them like in the spring or before.
Oh.
So that they can be like cuz they like
ripe
bloom.
by summer.
Yeah. And I think blueberries are like I think blueberries you plant them
In the summer.
in the summer
And they bloom in the early fall.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking too.
because I know
Same
that
with
like we go blueberry picking like
More
in the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still hot outside.
I know that my grandpa, I think he must have stopped because like we don't do it anymore, but in their yard he had blackberry bushes and we would pick them yearly.
Wait, that is so cute.
And he
you're
would
not
make
there?
pies out of them.
Wait. Oh my gosh. That is so cute.
Yeah.
That's going to be you when I'm off being like a celebrity. You're going to be like in our house like making blueberry or like blackberry pie from the blackberries in our backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, wait, that's so cute. We used to pick apples at my grandma's house, but I think that apple trees died, I guess, because there's no apples to be seen anymore. But I definitely remember getting apples.
Yeah.
And my dad has peach trees out there, but we don't get those very often because the deer eat them.
Oh.
And it's not like he planted those like years ago. Like it's not like a super like, wait, we wanted those so bad. But it was like right whenever my grandma like gave part of her land to like each of her kids to like do something with.
Oh.
And so he was like, okay, well, I'm going to plant these trees. And then I wonder how they're doing.
The trees?
Yeah. Because they were like babies last time I saw them.
Mm.
They were like skinny and had to be held up by a stick.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're gone now. Because my aunt Hayes out there, so maybe she hated over.
Hate it over.
She wouldn't have done that without like permission, of course.
Yeah. But other than gardening, which is a much simpler thing to do compared to farming, which farming also sounds so fun, but like I could absolutely never be a farmer.
Can I tell my
Literally
story
never.
about that?
Being a farmer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, when I was younger, me and my sister and my cousin wanted to live on a farm when we grow up. And so we made so many plans. We were like, so we're all going to live in this house. Oh, and like another friend that my cousin never met. So, because me and Evie just like really wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
We just chose 2 people. And so we were like, we're going to live on a farm and we're going to have a restaurant in our house where we only use the ingredients from our farm to make the food.
Mm-hmm.
Which in theory, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But then we were like, well, what about our husbands? Are they going to want to live with 4 people and their husbands? And we kept saying, if they don't want to, they're not the one.
Oh, shoot.
So our actual real life plan for our future, and we wrote this down so many times, we acted this out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Our plan was we're going to live in this house with like 6 bedrooms.
Mm.
four. So like, we were planning for each of us to have kids.
Mhm.
Okay, so each family of kids gets their own room.
Mm.
So like all my kids sleep in one room with like bunk beds and stuff, and all of Evie's kids and and so on and so forth. But then all the 8 of us sleep in one room also together with 8 beds. Well, actually it was 4 beds because we have to share a bed with our husbands, of course. And and then we were like, what if this is crazy? What if we have like a color and we only wear that color? So we were like color coding the families.
Mm-hmm.
So like the 4 of us had like our own color, and then our husbands were the same color but darker.
Oh.
So I was pink and my husband was red.
Mm.
And then, so like just like a darker version of that color. And our
Mhm.
kids are pink and red.
Wow.
And we have to wear that
For the rest of your life.
forever. Like pink overalls, because we're farmers. We can only
Right.
wear overalls.
Only.
And pink shirts to go under that. Like, and we were like, picking out outfits is going to be so easy.
Yeah.
It's all the same color. And we were dead serious. And oh my gosh, I forgot about this part. We also had nicknames for ourselves that were food. I was Muffin. And my husband was Cupcake, because that goes with Muffin.
Right.
And somebody was Lollipop, and their husband was Popsicle. Like, we had, like, weird... Okay, I don't know. That's so weird. I'm just remembering parts of this. And we to this day still, like, joke about how that's what our future's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
But, like... And also, another thing is, no technology. We were gonna be in the 1800s with, like, a pump, like, water...
I still want that.
Me too, but not for that life.
Not for living, but like...
Not for, like, a restaurant that you're... Like, our restaurant was gonna be, like, old-fashioned for real.
Yeah.
Like, homegrown. Yeah. We made this world in Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
And I made it in Sims, too. And then it deleted. So that's sad.
Wow.
But we were crazy. And, like, they kept saying, what if my husband doesn't like that? And we kept saying, then he's not the one.
He's not the one.
And I guess that's true, but I wouldn't want to be called Popsicle and wear dark blue for the rest of my life.
Yeah, there has to be compromises. It's not like if he doesn't want every little detail I want, he's not the one.
He's not the one.
He's like, what if I was called this instead? It's over.
So
You're
we
not the
can't
one.
do it. You're not the one.
My whole life I knew that the one would want to be called Popsicle.
We were so into this. We drew pictures of our outfits. Like, we drew up plans. Did you ever do that? Like, I feel like that's like a common thing for like kids to like talk about moving in together when they grow up, and then like having some crazy outcome. And a lot of the time that I've heard, it's been a farm. Because like my older sister and my other cousin also talked about living on a farm.
Yeah, never
With
happened to
horses.
me. I'm sure I have like life plans, because every kid plans out their life, because everyone in the world asks children, so what do you want to be when you grow up?
Mm-hmm.
That's like the number one question you ask a kid.
Yeah.
At least our generation was asked that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it's still happening.
People
not.
probably still don't do that because they didn't know. I didn't.
When I was younger, I liked being asked what I wanted to be when I grew up, because I knew that it wasn't going to happen in like... Actually, I was so conscious when I was younger, I knew none of the things I said were going to happen.
Yeah, I feel like because everyone said like astronaut or like firefighter.
Oh, for sure.
Like those were like the classic.
only
You can't want to
time
be anything else.
I started caring when people asked me that was like my senior year.
Mm.
Because it was like when you're a kid, you're asked that all the time until you get to like your teens, and then people stop asking you until you get to your senior year. Then they're genuinely being like, "So what are you gonna do?"
Yeah.
It's like the only thing people know how to talk to you about is like, "So what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do then? What's your life?
What's your
Tell me
entire
right
life
now.
plan right now? What are you gonna do tomorrow?"
Tell me. Go.
You have to have your whole life planned out right now, and you're like, "Please stop! I want to die."
Yeah. Well, whenever I was like, before I knew what I wanted to be, I hated when people asked me because I didn't know. And so I would just say like astronaut because that's like classic. Like I would just say like police officer, and it would change every time because I was just going through the classics.
When I
And-
was asked, I was always so serious about it. Like I always had to like think. I wasn't just like police officer. Like
Police officer.
I know that my first was a firefighter, I think, but that was just like that was a very like I don't know firefighter.
That's what everybody says. Nobody actually wants to be a firefighter when they're 4, unless their dad is a firefighter or their mom.
Exactly. But I know that pretty quickly after I was saying that, I was like, I don't want to do that. And so then I was like genuinely starting to search for like, what would I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
And then I pretty sure I've said this on the podcast before, but like my earliest memory of knowing what I wanted to do was a dental hygienist because that's what my grandma was.
That's so cute.
And so I was like,
Like,
yeah, I can do that.
I can do that right now. Give it to me. Let me try.
I can be a freaking dentist.
Yeah. I also think I talked about that on the podcast. I guess we must have talked
It must
about
have
that.
been something.
Yeah. Because I was about to bring something up that I've already said, so.
Mm.
But, yeah, but once I figured out that I wanted to be a rock star, that's when I liked when people asked me. But also people stopped asking me because you could tell. You could tell what I wanted to be because I dressed like that every day.
Oh, that's crazy. You were like, ask me.
Ask me, do it.
Ask me. I bet you won't.
Bet you won't.
Ask me what I want to be.
Literally, okay, so for like career day at school, and they're like, dress up for what you want to be when you grow up. And I was like, easy. I already do it every day. And so when I went to school that day, everyone was like asking me, so what do you want to be when you grow up? Because they couldn't tell because I wear that every day.
Already, yeah.
They thought I wasn't participating.
And you're like, a rock star.
Yeah, I would literally say a rock star, and then, I'm not even kidding you, the kids would go, oh, and then like walk away. All of them. Maybe I was intense. Maybe I was like actually,
You could have been a little crazy about it.
I might have been like, a rock star.
And they were like, oh.
Yeah, but I feel like actually that's probably accurate. But like in my memory,
Maybe you
I'm like,
forced
a
people to
rock
ask
star?
you.
oh, that's ugly.
Maybe you were like, so what do you want to be? Even though they're dressed as a doctor. And they're like, a doctor? And then you're like, I want to be a rock star.
I want to be a rock star. Me, that's what I am.
Because they didn't ask you.
Yeah. 'Cause they
Maybe you
didn't
just
care.
told people.
Yeah.
Maybe you were like, well, I want to be a rock star.
But that's like a normal kid thing to do.
Yeah.
Maybe not when you're 9.
Maybe you just had one of those like weird vibes of kids, like that one kid.
I probably was.
Were you that one kid?
I think I was too shy to be that one kid.
Oh,
I didn't go up to random people that I didn't know, but once they
you
would.
literally
But I'm not
always
saying.
told me that
once
you
they
were
started
like a
talking to
bully.
me, I was not a
And-
bully. I was not a bully.
Yes,
I was
huh?
like bossy. I was bossy, not a bully.
That's
Owen?
what kids call bullies in that age.
No, I was bossy. I wasn't a bully because I was bossy to my friends or the people that were hanging out with me, but I wouldn't go up to somebody and pick on them.
Mm.
People picked on me because I was smaller than everybody else, and so like I was the easy target. But like, yeah, I 1,000,000% was the most annoying kid. If you were this age that you are now and you saw me, oh my gosh, and you saw me when I was like 8 years old, you would have probably drop kicked me into the sun. I was so, if you watch, because I said I wanted to be a rock star, but I actually just wanted to be a movie star. I just didn't really know words and stuff.
Oh.
Rock star was the style of clothes I wanted, pretty much, and movie star was what I wanted to
Oh.
be. So, because I liked playing my guitar and stuff, but like that wasn't ever like my favorite thing, and I didn't actually want to like do that forever. It was
Yeah.
just like a little hobby, being in a band.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I have a million home videos because I was always recording something, making a movie, making something. And there's so many behind the scenes because I wouldn't stop the camera ever. I would just keep it rolling. And I'm literally getting so mad whenever something's not working. But it's crazy because I'll be like in character. Literally one of them was I'm a princess and I was like in jail. And part of this I was acting annoying because that's my act. That was like the character. But part of it was just me being annoying. Because I was literally like, oh, I'm a princess. And I just woke up. Oh. And then I go, wait, what? I'm in jail? Because I was in jail.
Yeah.
And then, and like Evie would say something off camera. She'd be like, wait, you're not in frame. Because she would like be videoing for me. And then I would be like, then get me in.
You couldn't even pretend to do that just now. I wonder why Evie doesn't like you.
No, I was a bully to Evie. I bullied my younger siblings like nothing else. And
That's probably why they
that's probably why they
don't
didn't like me for so long.
like you.
But they liked me again. Like once, like I started being better, and then they started liking me.
Yeah.
like-
You were a bully up until even I knew you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was a bully only to my siblings because I thought it was funny sometimes, and also because I was just a bossy person. If things didn't go my way, I mean, like, I didn't like it. But only in private. Like, in public, I was like a perfect angel. Oh my gosh!
That was so funny.
That is horrible. That is horrible. I think it's safe to say, though, I'm not like that anymore.
Uh-huh.
I'm not 8 years old anymore.
Right.
But yeah, I was definitely a menace.
I was pretty controlling when I was younger too.
Mm-hmm. It's
with, like the games we play.
Yeah.
But I was.
Oh, wait. Actually, I would like to clarify. I wasn't like, if I didn't get my way all the time. It's just like, if I didn't get my way with a project I'm doing, I would freak out. Or not freak out, but like get upset.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I didn't get my way like in a normal day, I'm from my memory, was probably okay.
Right.
Or at least less intense.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's natural for a child to
Yeah, I mean that's
be upset when they don't get their way because that's just what a child does.
still annoying.
But yeah, whenever I would play games with like my friends, I for sure was like mean and bossy to them. I was like that for a long time.
Yeah, that's just really funny because I mean it's like even 5 years ago, we were completely different people
Mm-hmm.
than we are now. Like looking back at videos, like pictures, text messages from 5 years ago, I'm literally like, who is that?
Literally.
Because I haven't really felt myself be different. Obviously, like it's been like a gradual change. I didn't just wake up one day.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's so weird to think about it. It's like, yeah, that's me. I said those cringy things without meaning for them to be cringy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, wore those outfits, and that's kind of, but also just like personality wise, like maturity. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I've matured a lot,
Mhm.
and you have as well.
Mhm.
That's good.
Yeah. If we were still the same as when we first met.
Yeah. If we were the same from when we first met, oh, just get it over with.
Yeah, literally. Oh my gosh.
That is bizarre. Like, thinking about that. But I mean, it's okay. Kids are normally annoying.
Oh yeah.
We were kids. We're barely not kids right now.
Real.
Being a young adult really is a young adult. Like,
Mhm.
I never
It's like
really understood why that
'cause-
was a different phrase until I became one.
Yeah. It's like you're stepping in. You're like a child again. You're like growing up again.
Mm-hmm. You're relearning how to do stuff as an adult.
Yeah.
Because it's people view you differently. You view yourself differently. Like,
Mhm.
there's so many things that you could, quote unquote, get away with doing wrong when
Mhm.
you're like a teenager. And then, like, when you're officially like an adult, you're like, well, like, I can't do it wrong anymore. Like, I have to learn how to do it right.
Yeah.
I don't actually have an example for that, but but like, yeah, just like, even like in a social like interaction, it's different. Like,
Mhm.
you can't. It's less socially acceptable to just like do a cartwheel in the hallway.
Yeah.
when you're an
so
adult?
rude.
Yeah, do it anyway. How do you spell that word? Welcome back to the Spelling Bee. I'm your host, and this is Let's Go. So, Aaron, your first word is narcissistic.
Narcissistic. N-A-R S N-A-R-C-I N-A-R-C-S-I. Why'd you make a face? Only C and S can do that.
No, you're. Don't look at my face.
Narcissistic. N-A-R-C-I. Wait, N-A-R-C-E. S-S-T-I-C.
You're kind of close. You forgot the second is. You just spelled narcissistic instead of narcissistic.
Oh.
But it's Narcissistic. You did good.
I was thinking it was I, but whenever I did it first time and I said C-I, you were like...
No, I smiled because I was trying not to show any faces.
Okay, your first word, Annalise, is agriculture.
Agriculture. A G R I C U L T U R E.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Like, all the way, right?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. That's crazy. Your second word is silhouette.
Like the first letter is probably like a P.
It's not. It's not a P.
Okay, silhouette. S-I-L U E-T-E.
You just missed two letters, but other than that, like, you got. Oh, yeah. So it's.
Oh.
Sorry. It's SILHOUETTE. H-O-U-E-T-T-E.
Yeah, I always remember the H until I don't.
I definitely would not have known how to spell that word. And your next word I'm not going to know how to spell. I wouldn't know how to spell either. So.
Okay. Did you say my name the second time? Oh, your second word is photosynthesis.
Okay. Photosynthesis. P-H-O-T-O S-I-N-T-H-E-S-I-S.
You only got one letter wrong.
Oh, what was it?
It's a Y instead of an I in synth.
I was literally going to go back and change that, but I was like, dang it. That was a good word. Your last word. You're going to be so mad at me. Unless you know how to spell this. Soiree.
Soiree. S-U-A-R-E.
No,
Not even close.
not really. It's S-O-I-R-E-E.
Oh.
And that's not bad, though. If I would have had to guess how to spell it, I would not. I would not guess.
Okay, your last word is entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Okay. E-N-T-R-O-P-E-N-U-R-E.
That's funnier. Because then you miss the middle section. It is ENTREPRENEUR.
Even if I did it slow, I wouldn't have gotten that. Yeehaw!
Yeah. This summer I'm definitely gonna grow a fruit.
You should.
And I'm gonna keep the viewers up to date. Well, on my
Okay, shameless
Instagram.
plug. Go find his Instagram. He's tagged in some of the posts.
I'll be like, hey guys. So yeah. Maybe I'll do a poll of what fruit should I plant this summer? What's a good fruit to plant right now that I can garden over the summer?
You should do that.
And then people will be not type because everyone hates me.
Not you.
But yeah, so go follow my Instagram.
Yeah, the handle is Poopy Blast.
Oh my god. Okay, anyways.
It's not it. Don't look that up. That's mine.
Yeah, literally. We're gonna go. So, thank you so much for watching or listening or whatever it is you're doing. And we'll see you in next week's episode.
Yep. We should have made a hoe pun.